if you're an Aries born March 21st to April 19th, what can you expect for the month of August 2019? Let's tune in and find out. So, Aries, I just see you taking off, just like a rocket ship, just taking off, right? And for some of you, like a rocket ship, when it first starts to go, it's a little shaky, right? A little scary, and things may be falling off, right? As you drop things so you can store faster. There's this whole feeling of excitement, but a little bit of anxiety with it. So, obviously, sudden changes. There's also feels like a great opportunity to kind of hit the reset button on who you know yourself to be and to reinvent yourself. So there's a lot of opportunity here for you to change your face of what the world sees. So if you don't like who you are, if you're uncomfortable with the patterns that you have in the past, there's like this whole opportunity right now to clean the slate and to begin fresh. Right? A lot of times we learn from our mistakes. The thing that's coming to mind is reminds me of, somebody who's dated somebody, for a couple of years or whatever, and in that process maybe has shared too much of the challenges. Let's say you have a boyfriend, right? And too many of those challenges you share with your girlfriends, or you share with, with your parents, or your, other people, and then that has somehow eroded the relationship to the point that it doesn't work anymore and you're done with that relationship. So now the new understanding is like, oh, go see a therapist. If I've got stuff to talk about, don't open my mouth to people I love about somebody else I love, because it's hard for them to forgive and forget. I can forgive and forget, but it's hard for them to forgive and forget. So some of you are dealing with relationship issues where you wish you would have kept your mouth shut because you're still in relationship with this person. Everybody around you now has opinions about that person. So now I feel like this is going behind you, you're letting it go, and you have a whole fresh start. So interesting that relationships come up right up out of the gates for you guys. So let's see, let's just, actually, since we're talking about relationships, let's dig a little bit further. Let's look into those of you who are in a romantic relationship, a coupled romantic relationship. What can you expect for August for you guys? So it just feels like a solid beginning. I feel like, again, like you might have been through a rough patch or a rocky patch, and now the road is smooth. It's just, there's more clarity. You can see where you're going. You can maneuver around things. So whatever kind of that bumpy patch or that rough patch that you went through, I feel like this is going to start, moving you in the right direction. And there's a beautiful new moon, July 31st and August 1st in Leo. And that feels like there's a lot of energy that gets poured into your ability to be able to communicate and to draw attention to yourself and to get what you need. So I feel like the relationship is also going to be able to start to trend just in a more fluid way, less hypocritical, less stress. So things are getting better. Let's put it that way. All right, let's look at, for those of you that are single and interested in romance, what you Aries can expect. Okay, so there may be somebody that you have an opportunity to date from the past that's sort of sticking around, and you're going to have to change your mindset about them. It's almost as if you had an idea of who you might be with or what your type of person is, and this person is sticking around and showing up in ways that your other choices haven't been. So it makes that individual very attractive for you. And but I can feel the anxiety of like, this isn't what I expected. I thought I would be with somebody that looked like this, and I'm with somebody that looks like that, or what has this sort of pay scale or this sort of ethnicity, right? Like we have these ideas of what relationship looks like, what we're attracted to. And I feel like there's sort of a surprise that this person has come back around, or that is newly transformed. That's the other thing. It could be that you've never met them in the past, but they've recently changed themselves, like drastically. So maybe they just got out of a marriage, or maybe they just moved here from overseas, or maybe they just, but it feels big. Maybe they just graduated from some degree. So it feels like there's a sudden shift, and now the dynamic with them has changed, and it's an old relationship, and now they're in a new relationship. But it does feel like, though, I have to say, more around somebody from your past, there's an opportunity to date them. Doesn't mean you have to. This is a general read for everybody. So just keep in mind that the opportunity is yours, and you want to take it slow, and you don't necessarily want it to date long distance, right? You want to be careful of that, because it could be that this person now is finally like wanting to date you, and you're like, we lived 2 miles apart, and now we're 2,000 miles apart, and what? Now I'm more attractive, so right? So they're trying to lock it down, and you're like, wait. So trust your instinct, right? Just take it slow. There's no need. If they really are yours, then they'll be yours, 3 months from now when you see each other at Christmas or whatever it is, right? And this feels more like a college kind of thing, or work where you're disconnected because you have to be at school or you have to be at work. But it is good. So let's see if there's what else is in store for you, those looking for romance. Let go of any idea that it's going to be hard. Just let go that it's got to be hard. It's got to be difficult. Like, they're idiots, or whatever that storyline is that doesn't serve you or serve your co-creation of a new relationship, right? Just start a new story. Once upon a time, there was, this gorgeous person, or right? Like, however you need to generate it, change it. You can do it with your words and with your creation, and that actually creates an energy in the universe to help bring it to us. And you just have to let go. But I do feel there's a lot of opportunity for fun relationship. It really opens up from, it was like kind of narrow, and it really opens up to being a full month, like just full, lots of opportunities and lots of fun. All right, let's look at your money situation for you, Aries. So you're going to have to take it slow, or it feels like you're going to blow through a lot of money, because it's just easy to do. It just feels like it's so easy to do. It's like you're a little bit like a kid in a candy store. And it's like, oh my God, I want this, and I want this, and I want this. And there's a new freedom and an expansive energy that you have that makes it really easy to, not have control or lose control, right? Especially around things that you want or experiences that you want. So just rein it in a little bit. Be careful, be a little bit more discerning with yourself and how you're spending your money, because it's really easy to overspend this month because you're just happy. Just feel like you're happy, There's a little bit of bittersweetness, in terms of maybe some incompletions, or if you've just moved, or you've just started a new job, or you've just left a relationship, or somebody that you love has just passed. There is just this little bit of kind of like a netting over the joy, but that's going to pass. It'll go, and you'll just finally just experience the freedom of it all. All right, let's look at your health for Aries. Aries, I feel like you're in good health. I feel like you just have to stay on top of it. Don't give it a lot of energy, because some of you can tend to go to worry. So you want to set up the mindset within yourself that says, you know what, if you've just recently gone to a doctor and you've got a clean bill of health, just like, okay, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to listen to my body. If something comes up, then I'm going to pay attention to it. But otherwise, I feel like I'm just going to let it go. Now, it's so weird. My eyes are doing, as we're talking about health, my eyes are doing something really weird. So let me see what that is about. How strange. Okay, so also don't be afraid to see what's there. Don't just poo-poo it. There's nothing wrong. So don't be afraid to earnestly look and see, am I in good health? If you haven't gone to a doctor for so long, just go, okay? Don't assume everything is okay if you're getting physical signs that there's a contradiction, right? And so if you do go to the doctor, here's the good news. It's wide open in terms of information. So I wouldn't be afraid, no matter it just feels like if they would find something, there's just a myriad of solutions for you, and good solutions, so that if you're worried about going because you're afraid that you have something or that something's wrong with you, go, because this is a perfect time to go. There's so much energy of opening, for healing and for completion, so you can get it and be done. So it feels like that. So don't be afraid to go look if you're experiencing some bizarre symptoms. Okay. Unexpected. Let's see if there's anything unexpected for Aries this month. Well, I mean, there does feel like there's some unexpected frustration with communication, some hangover from what happened with Mercury retrograde, just like a kind of miscue, that some of that's going to be straightened out the first week or two of August. So a little bit of frustration, like, oh, I didn't say that. You said this. I didn't, kind of like, not connecting. Doesn't feel like a big deal though. It feels like, oh, okay, got it. It feels kind of like that. It just is what it is. And, but it's not earth shattering or anything like that. It's not like a big deal. So the biggest thing that's coming through is really needing to take care of yourselves, Aries. Don't push yourself so hard. Get yourself on a schedule. Stay focused. Don't be sidetracked by pretty objects, right? Whether it's a relationship or whether it's, loafing, because I feel like if you're not staying on top of it, it just feels like a lot of things can snowball or back up and then just kind of avalanche on you. So by the end of the month, you're like, help, like you're buried under work, right? Just under things that need to be done. So for August, just keep it in check. That's all. Keep it in check. Keep your finances in check, because it's a fun month. There's like this expansive energy. It feels really good, and it feels really powerful. I feel like as far as career goes, there can be some openings there. You may even be selected for a special promotion or opportunity that falls on you because you got a special or unique skill set. Just don't fall in love with the idea of don't get swept up in, kind of like that Alice in Wonderland, like, oh, wow, this is so great, right? And then you kind of like come back to reality and go, oh, wow, I forgot that I just blew off a week's worth of work, right? So check yourself, have fun, enjoy yourself, but just, keep in mind that there's another day. All right. Okay, let's see if anything else before I let you guys go. Oh, I do want to mention there's a full moon in Aquarius, August 15th. Really see things tying up. That feels really celebratory too. It feels like it's a happy time. It's a good energy. It feels positive. I feel like there's a lot of people who are going to acknowledge you and who you get to meet. It feels like a fun kind of energy. It feels lighthearted, so I wouldn't be surprised if you're at a party or something like that around that time, and you just meet new people and things click, 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 like just meeting new friends, big opportunities, and really just enjoying life, right? Really enjoying life. August 30th, we have a new moon in Virgo, and let's see how that feels. Oh. This feels like travel. It feels like opportunity. It's fun. Be careful of not putting yourself in a situation you can't get out of. So in other words, you want to hedge your bet, right? You want to be careful with who you're saying yes to. I feel like there could be a situation where it reminds me of a romantic relationship where you may be interested in a couple of people and one person invites you to something. Here in the States, we have a long holiday weekend that's happening there in the first week of September. And so it feels a little bit like, I'm being asked to go away with this person, who has a romantic interest in you, but you've got an interest in maybe 2 or 3 other people. So there's a lot of juggling and a lot of enjoyment for those of you that are single. So just temper yourself Don't put yourself in a corner or in a situation that you're going to regret. So just know what you're getting yourself in for, know what you're agreeing to, and then you're going to have just a blast. It's such a great new moon. Really brings friendship together. I just see such a friendly energy with this, and really bringing friendship together and opportunity for you to create legacy is what's coming up, like a new legacy, like just a new way of being, this is who I see myself as, and this is how I'm presenting myself into the world. So I think that's where we started with you guys, Aries, just really starting to see, do I like this version of myself? And if you don't, up your game, right? Change it. Be the 2.0. Who am I now, right? And you have this whole new moon opportunity to show people that. And it started with the eclipses, and it feels like it's really opening up, and now you actually kind of get to kind of play with it, where before it was a little bit shattering or jarring, this adjustment of, where you were to where you're going. And so that could be anything from quitting one job, starting another, giving birth to a baby and now having that baby and having to deal with that, being single and now being married, right? Or vice versa, being married, now being divorced, right? So there's all these interwoven conversations that we can have around relationships. But the good news is it's loosening up. So it's opening up. Everybody's starting to become accustomed with their new role. And it's just, I feel like there's so much breathing room. And I also feel happy, like just happy, fulfilled, like finally things feel good. All right, you guys, have a wonderful month. Enjoy August. Take care of yourselves. Remember, you guys are such leaders. You're so forceful, and there's such an opportunity to expand this month. Just be a little sensitive to the pocketbook so that you will continue to manifest what you want without, coming into September going, wow, I had a good time and now I'm paying for it. All right, you guys, have a great month. Love you all. I'll see you again next month.